Hello and welcome to this quick guide on using the Conservation Evidence website. If you're interested in what works and what doesn't in conservation, this website is here to help. This is the homepage, and from here you can access all of the evidence collated by the Conservation Evidence team. But if you'd like to know a little bit more information about how the project works, just click on this About Us tab at the top of the page. The website can also be translated into different languages if you use this Google Language Translate. And you can also access the Conservation Evidence Journal here. So the journal is where you can read recent articles that are testing actions, or you can even submit your own test of an action. So let's get started with how to use the website. So you can search by study, by action, or by synopsis using these three tabs at the top. You can also do this if you scroll down to the bottom of the page. If you're looking for evidence on a specific topic, the search bar is a great place to start. But before you use this, you need to know that this does not work like Google and you can't type in whole sentences. So here are some tips to bear in mind when using the search bar. Firstly, start with a broad search term and then refine your search. Keep searches simple, using just a couple of words. Try using synonyms or variations of words. And also check that we've actually covered your species, group, or habitat. We're constantly working to add more evidence, and so you need to keep checking the website to see if it's been updated. And remember that you can search for actions and for studies directly. So let's do some searching. Let's say we're only interested in actions that are targeting the conservation of peatlands. Now, we do have a synopsis about peatlands, so if we go to the synopsis tab, we can find it. This gives you a list of the different synopses, and so we'll scroll down to find the peatland synopsis. Here we go. So we can view the PDF or we can download the PDF, and this is all for free, but let's view it online. So there's 125 actions in the peatland synopsis, and this just gives you a list of all of those actions. Now that's quite a lot, so if we want to narrow down our search results, we can use this section on the left to refine it. So let's say we're interested in a specific threat. For example, pollution. We would tick the pollution box and then refresh results. And then this gives us 20 actions. So that's a lot easier to manage. So if we want to search for something more specific, we can use the search bar. So let's go back to the home page. Let's say we're interested in a specific species like newts. So I'll type in newt. This gives us a list of actions that have been tested on newts. The action list shows the title of the action, the effectiveness score for that action, the number of studies that support that action, and the category, which in this case is amphibians. We can order the actions by the number of studies, i.e. the amount of evidence that supports that actions, by clicking on this number of studies tab at the top. And this shows actions with the most studies at the top of the list. So each action on the website is assessed based on the quality and quantity of evidence available. If you want to know a little bit more about this, just go back to the top of the page and you see there's an Assessing the Evidence tab here, and that'll give you more information about how we do that. So let's click on an action page. The action page gives a plain language overview of the evidence. It includes a brief description of the action, a map of where all of the evidence originates, and if you scroll down, you can read key messages, which is a description of the summarised evidence. If you scroll down further, you'll see a list of all the individual studies that support this specific action. Each study is summarised into one paragraph of around 200 words, and you can also access the original study using the link underneath each paragraph. It's important to note that not all studies are equal in terms of their reliability or their robustness because of different study designs. Therefore, we really recommend that you read the evidence carefully before using it to make a decision. So the default is to search by action, but it's also possible to search by study. So if we click on the Studies tab, we'll see a list of all of the studies in the database. Again, it's possible to refine this using the Refine tabs on the left, like we did before. Another place to search for evidence is on our list of non-English language papers. Many of these have not been summarised but do fit our criteria. To find these, click on Sources of Evidence here. Scroll down to the bottom of the page. Click in Catalogue of Journals Searched, non-English. This gives you some information, and then you can click here in the orange tab to browse all of the non-English journal articles. So that's it for this very quick tour. Now it's your turn. Don't be afraid to click around and explore. The website's packed with useful information. And don't hesitate to get in touch if you'd like more information or if you have questions about the project.